Cam, you've probably seen the Dolphins-Raiders clash on video, and you know how Rick loves to ride on emotion. Are you tackling a team that's going to be literally still trying to ride on that Whiten factor and that golden point factor come Magic Round?
Yeah, I haven't thought too much into that. We've just been really worried about ourselves, and it's been a 5-day turnaround, so we're it's been all about recovery for us, and carrying on from what we did last weekend. If we're worrying too much about other people's emotions and teams, and we'll miss something in our own preparation. So we've prepared well. It's been a short turnaround, but we had a good training session last night. We're on the bus today, playing to head up to Magic Round, and very excited about that.
From your point of view, what did you like about the Dragons clash, in particular Averillo and Burton?
Yeah, I liked how Matt's getting more involved in the game. He's really taken on that ownership of the wearing the 7 and taking ownership of the game plan, and that's been really exciting. I think we'll still get better in that regard, and probably a bit more patient at times. But Jake Averillo's just doing what we know he can, what we've seen all pre-season. He just got a couple more opportunities on the weekend, and it's good to see the ball get in his hands and him make the most of those opportunities. So very, very happy with those two. But we'll have another big job tomorrow night.
Are you happy with Berto? Like, you kind of issued a challenge in some respects to Berto to take the reins. Are you happy with his progression, and is it kind of a learning curve in some respects for him?
Oh, it's a learning curve for everyone in the number 7 jersey until they hit that 27, 28 years of age and they're really in their prime. So Matt's still very young, but he's embraced the challenge. He's really, I think he's enjoyed it the last couple of weeks of having that extra responsibility. He's enjoyed getting the ball in his hands more and floating around to different parts of the field. And when he's doing that, we're more dangerous.
Big halfback, in this case, size doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's been plenty of big halfbacks over time, but what he has got is the skill set to play that position, and he's definitely learning and understanding what a halfback needs to do and how he needs to control the game and things like that. And is it going to be perfect early on? No, it's going to be different times that we get it wrong and we learn from it, but there's plenty of halfbacks going through that throughout the comp.
And Carl will get game time at some stage or not?
Yeah, no, Carl's, we're really happy with how it worked last week. I thought Josh Reynolds set the game up really well for us and sort of does what Josh does and competes really hard on every play, and that really fed into our team. And I was really happy when Carl came on that he played his natural game and wasn't overawed by the situation, and I'd expect that again this week.
What's he like? Is he a kid that wants to start, or is he happy to play that role off the bench, come in and understand the progression?
No, he hasn't said anything, but I think everyone wants to start, but he's a really humble kid, and he's just happy to be in the team and happy to be going up to Suncorp Stadium and playing in front of his family and friends.
Do you read into Hooters? I know this season, different season, whatever, but I think the Bulldogs haven't won at Suncorp Stadium since 2015. Is there a concern about the travel?
Well, I wasn't there. Our team wasn't there, so it's got nothing to do with us. We're just excited to get up there, and if we can carry on from what we did last week, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Just back on Berto, Freddie mentioned yesterday that versatility is the key with him. If he excels in the 7 jumper, he's a must almost for Origin, isn't he? You'd be resigned at losing him during the series.
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job last year. I thought he has got that versatility of being able to play centres, 5'8" halfback. He's big enough to play in the forwards if he has to. He's a quality player, and he never got overawed by the situation last year or being thrown into Origin. So he showed he's an Origin player. He went on the Kangaroo tour at the end of the year and showed he's up to that level. We're really lucky for him to go into that stage and come back a better player.
On Sunday, you came out and said nothing's doing with Kyle. Anthony Seibold said this morning, no, it's definitely not happening. That's nice to hear, obviously, from the club perspective, but how's he handling that external pressure, obviously also by being dropped?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. He hasn't said anything about it. He's just handled it like he normally does and comes in every day and works hard. And thought he played really well in New South Wales Cup last week in a new position. Thought he showed some really good signs there. So he hasn't looked like there's any pressure getting to him or anything like that. I think he's enjoying his footy and enjoying coming to training every day. But there's definitely extra attention anytime Kyle's in the news.
By playing Booker at cup level, is that something that you see in his future potentially? Is that maybe he's got utility value off the bench as a middle?
Yeah, definitely. we sort of wanted to see if we could get a bit more utility value out of him, and I thought he definitely showed that on the weekend. He went there late in the game a couple of weeks ago as well, and there were some really good signs. So it's a new challenge for Kyle, and he's embraced it. I think he enjoyed it on the weekend, so excited to see how he goes again this week.
Kingy, is there an element of madness in his courage? I mean, he fractures a rib, plays through a game, plays another game, and you virtually have to pull him out after scans confirm that you fractured it, and now he's back. Does that courage sort of exceed his talent, and does that sort of personify that Bulldog spirit that you want?
Well, I think it's something the whole group's built on this year, playing through adversity and injury, and Kingy's done it a couple of times. He tore his plantar fascia in his foot early in the season, and he wasn't training for 2 weeks, but just turned up on game day and came and did his job. And he playing with this injury he's got now for 2 weeks before we actually knew what it was, just shows how tough he is. But it's just an extension of the culture the boys have built here. There's been different guys throughout the season that have played when they shouldn't have, starting with Jacob Carraz in round 1. Should never have played, but he just refused not to play. Franklin Pele broke his arm in the game and refused to come off the field, took another hit up, and showed that he'd do his job for the team and what they needed. So I'm really happy with how they've bought into that culture and how tough this group are, and hopefully we don't have to play with that much adversity in the future, but I'm really stoked that they're putting their bodies on the line for the team.
With an unprecedented injury toll, how nice is it to have the three that we've just mentioned come back this week?
Yeah, hopefully they all get through today and they're all right to go, but they're really important to our team, those three guys, and we're excited to have them back. But I'm also really happy with what the boys have done that have come in and filled those spots, and they've showed us, especially on the weekend, they've showed us that they're future Bulldogs.
Have you got an ETA on Fox? I know apparently he's running again, is it?
Yeah, he's running and he's looking good. Still a couple of weeks away. He'll tell you it's next week, but he's still a couple of weeks away, and we're not going to rush him this part of the season. But he's ticking every box in rehab, looking good, and it'd be good to have him back too.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.